Hey, sports bettors, how's it going? Matt Modi here with OddsJam, and what I'm going to be doing in this video, just giving you my favorite DFS plays specifically for Thursday Night Football. So we have the Eagles and the Texans. Probably won't be the most fun game in the world, just considering the Eagles are like 2 touchdown favorites. Probably going to be a big blowout, but it doesn't mean there aren't DFS plays for us to make. And right off the bat, so I got a pretty awesome play here that I'm looking at. So specifically, I'm just going to go through, let me back up here, the best plays on PrizePicks, Underdog Fantasy, and Thrive Fantasy. Just going to give you my best plays for each one. If you're unfamiliar with how these daily fantasy sports platforms work, you essentially just choose multiple player props to parlay them together to use sports betting vernacular. If one of them loses, then you lose your entire risk. But the more plays you add, the higher your payout. So, like if you add two plays to a PrizePicks or Underdog, whatever selection, you double your money. If you add 5, you 20x your money. So it pays more to add more, but it also adds to your risk. So however you want to go about deciding how many selections you want to add is up to you. I personally like either doing 2 or 4 or 5. It doesn't make sense to do 3 just based on how the payouts work. But 2, 4, 5, all fair game. And right off the bat, the play I wanted to talk about was this under 231 passing yards for Davis Mills. This is specifically on Thrive. And same exact play, but we're taking the over 218.5 on Davis Mills on PrizePicks. We have an absolutely insane middle opportunity between these two books. PrizePicks has it at 218. Thrive has it at 231. That is a 12-yard difference that Davis Mills could throw to, and you would win both of your selections. And look at where the rest of the betting landscape prices his passing total. In between those two numbers, FanDuel 221, BetMGM 225, Caesars 223, DraftKings 224, FoxBet 221, and Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sportsbook in the world, 225.5. And then we have Thrive all the way up at 231. That's a clear under. Compared to every other book, clear under. And then look at PrizePicks, 218.5. That's a clear over. Look at every other book. It's pretty crazy the amount of valuable plays you can find just from line shopping, just from looking at every single sports book and then taking advantage of all the sports books together. You let the sports books price other lines, do the work for you, and then you just get them all on one screen, which is exactly what OddsJam does for you. And you can identify outliers from there. So in terms of like finding DFS plays, using the OddsJam screen is a really, really incredibly good way to do so. So over 218 Davis Mills passing yards on PrizePicks, under 231 passing yards on Thrive. And for Jalen Hurts, I also have a play, and in this case, we're going to take him to go under. I know this seems weird because he just blew up the Pittsburgh Steelers with 4 touchdown passes, looked incredible, but the Eagles love to run the ball. The Texans have the worst run defense in the NFL, just got gashed, by Derrick Henry. The Eagles are probably going to be able to do something similar, maybe not like what Derrick Henry did, but their team as a whole could probably put up the same stat line that Derrick Henry did if you just add all of the Eagles rushers together. And look at the value here. 240 is what you can get on all 3. PrizePicks, Thrive, and Underdog. Price it at 240. No other sportsbook prices it at 240. Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sportsbook in the world, prices it at 239, but they favor the under. They have the under as the more likely scenario here. And every other book has it below that number. FanDuel, 235. BetMGM, 238. FoxBet, 235. And then like Caesars, DraftKings, 238 as well. All of these books have it priced below 240. So if you just want to play a 2 selection, PrizePicks or Thrive entry, here you go. Use the quarterback's passing yards and lock those in. PrizePicks take the over, Thrive take the under for Davis Mills, and then on all 3 of them, take Jalen Hurts under 240.5 passing yards. And that was just for quarterback passing yards. I found a play on each quarterback. Now, for Underdog, we need one more play to hit the 2 legs of this. But if you just want a 2-leg one, take the 2 quarterbacks ones. Take the 2 quarterback ones, But we're not done here. Let's look at receiving yards. See if we can find some value on receiving yards. And here we go. Underdog. Devonta Smith under 55.5 receiving yards. Looks like the closest other book is Thrive at 53. Pinnacle has it at 52. So I probably would skip this one on both Thrive and PrizePicks, but this is an absolute under on Underdog. It's also an absolute under on Underdog for AJ Brown. Same exact logic here. 74.5 is what Underdog is giving you. Look across the board. 68, 69, 70, 68. All of these sports books have it priced below this amount, as do Thrive and PrizePicks. So this is another Underdog play. That's a clear under. So that is going to be it in terms of these plays. I had 2 for you on each PrizePicks and Thrive. I had 3 for Underdog. Now, I would only recommend taking 2. So if I had to give my official prediction, I would probably say between these two, Devonta Smith and AJ Brown, I would lean towards the AJ Brown one just because it's a bigger gap between his receiving yards and the rest of the sports books. But either one of them are good. So those are my DFS picks for you guys. I literally have plays on all 3 DFS platforms. So if you're tailing them, let me know. Would love to hear it. Good luck to you guys. And thanks for watching and have a good one.